Hey everybody, Novatemi here. I'm making this video because I have some important stuff I need to talk to you all about. There's been a lot of health stuff that's happened with me recently, and it's gotten to the point where people are asking questions like, are you okay? What's happening? Why are, commissions taking so long to come out? Why is art taking so long to come out? Everything's kind of decreasing in quality and, just not great. And I think a lot of people are concerned, especially friends and stuff that I've kind of vaguely talked about my health problems with. Uh, you know, I've vaguely alluded to a lot of this stuff, and some things have come up that I haven't really talked about very substantially. I thought earlier in this year commissions were going to have to close, and then they were open again, and people are kind of confused on that. And there's just a lot going on, and I haven't really had the chance to just talk to you all about what's happened and why things are being weird right now. Um, and some things have come up recently that I have to talk about because it's not at the point where I could just kind of allude to stuff anymore. Things are getting serious, and I need to talk about them just briefly. This video is health related. It's mostly a health update. I won't really be talking about mental health or anything triggering in this video. I just need to talk about some very basic physical health problems that have been happening recently. So uh, that's what this video is. I'm also not using my VTuber model because it felt tone deaf and awkward. So you're just going to have to listen to my voice for a few minutes here. This is a very important video, so please do listen to it. I'll try not to ramble too much. I've had to re-record this a few times because I kept going off on tangents. I don't know, it's hard to talk about all this stuff, but I'm just going to get right into it. Earlier this year, I found out that I have a chronic illness. I found out that I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I had a ton of medical work done, tests, endless blood tests, going to all these different specialists all over the state. Um, and pretty much everything came up inconclusive, which means that it's almost certainly CFS. That's what they diagnose you with when they don't know what's wrong. And because of that, there's no clear treatment. Usually people that have CFS have it their whole life, and they just have to work around it. And it's it's an illness that has a very low quality of life for most people that struggle with it. The average person with CFS, their quality of life is rated lower than people with schizophrenia, severe depression, cancer, a lot of physical ailments. It's pretty bad. It's a pretty severe illness. It's definitely not a lighter chronic illness. Because it's so not very well understood, there's not a lot of treatments or options to improve your physical condition. Usually it's just not going to get better. And it's just something you have to live around. That's one of the reasons why the quality of life is so low, because there isn't treatment and you're kind of just stuck with it. But CFS doesn't typically get better, but it can absolutely get worse. And that's why I'm here to talk today, because that's what's been happening to me lately. And it's a hard thing to talk about because it is scary and I'm very afraid. And I don't like to talk about my health too much because it is a scary topic, and I think it's upsetting for people, especially friends who worry about me and everything. Um, but it's gotten to the point where I think I need to talk about it. So I'm here to talk and to be real with you all and to tell you what's been going on. So about 2 months ago, I started this new medication, and my condition plummeted. I went from my normal level of fatigue, which is pretty bad, to barely being able to function. I thought that it was this medication I was taking. I talked to my doctors, and we stopped the medication. And because the medication itself was very fast acting, I should have noticed an immediate change. It's not like a slow acting medicine that takes a long time to do anything in your body. Um, and I didn't notice it getting better at all, but I started a new medication. I got off of it and everything. It's been 2 months, and my condition has not improved whatsoever, which is a very bad sign if you have CFS. Typically, if something like that happens, if there's a mystery thing that makes your illness worse, there's no way to tell what's going on, unless it's an overlapping issue. And I had a lot of tests done, and it doesn't seem like it is. It seems like it's just whatever's wrong with me is getting worse, and we don't know what's wrong with me, so we can't figure that out. But like over the last couple months, I think I've been slowing down in general. Like I've noticed that this year, my turnaround time for like commissions went from 2 weeks to 2 months in some cases. And recently it's been taking even longer, to the point where, I have commissions I started in October that I haven't even like done anything to yet, because I physically have not been able to draw for more than about an hour at a time at most. And I've been focusing on some of the larger commissions I have first to get them out of the way. And it's just pretty bad right now. I have a couple people in my queue, and I wanted to make this video for them, especially because they want to know what's going on. Um, a couple months ago, I considered closing commissions permanently because I thought that I would be getting a job. That was the main reason I did that. That was not health related mostly. I did know that if I get a job, like a full-time normal person job, I won't be able to do both. I know that for sure. And that was when I was feeling better with my health. Now that things have gotten worse, I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to work a normal job in the first place if things don't get better, because they were already bad enough where I didn't work for about 4 years. Before things got worse, I was doing art full time. I was working with services with my state. I live in Maine, called Vocational Rehabilitation. It's a state-funded service that helps people with like disabilities and like birth defects and stuff like that, help them find jobs. Like they're the kind of organization that helps people with like Down syndrome find work. If you have ever wondered like how that happens, or like who helps people with like really bad like developmental problems or something like that find work, because a lot of people do have jobs that have a lot of mental problems or physical problems. Like if you lose an arm or something, it's usually a company like Vocational Rehabilitation that will advocate for you and help you find work that, will take you, but also work that you're suited for. I worked with them for 4 years and had no results. So my condition was bad enough that they couldn't even think of anything. Like the people that help with these way more serious conditions couldn't find anything for me. And that was pretty disheartening. I also tried to go for disability for a while. I tried to file for it. It took over a year to even talk to a real person in the process, and I was denied because at the time I didn't have a diagnosis and there was no like medical proof that something was wrong with me, and so there was nothing that they could do. Like they just don't. They assume that people who say that are lying, and they just don't bother, which is a stupid system because stuff like CFS has no concrete cause, and so it's not something you can treat, but it's also not something that you can say, yeah, this is the exact problem, this is what's going on. You can't do that with CFS, and so a lot of people won't receive disability for it, and they can't rely on that. Only about like 30% of people with chronic fatigue syndrome even have part-time jobs, and those are like people on the lesser end of the spectrum where like they can do more. So the idea of me working full-time at a normal job is pretty unlikely, but I'm at the point right now where I have to. I don't have a choice, and so I've been looking to try and find anything I can, even if it's just temporary. And that's why commissions were rocky. I planned on finding a job in August, but the market is so bad right now that I couldn't. And so I've put it off until the spring, and I'm going to be focusing on other stuff like getting my driver's license and stuff I haven't done yet because of the health stuff. That should hopefully raise my chances of getting a job. So the plan is still to get a job. The plan is still to stop doing commissions, but it's been delayed. And now with this recent stuff, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. So like I said, about 2 months ago, things declined rapidly and they haven't gotten better. And, with my whole health journey, talking to all these different specialists and stuff, we're at the point where they don't know what to do. And they're sending me to like an integrated clinic that does like fucking acupuncture and like yoga because that's the only thing they have not tried yet. So, that's kind of where I'm headed. I don't even believe in that stuff. So like, I don't think it's going to work at all, but that's my last stop. After that, there's nothing else that I can really do. So it's something, I guess, but with how things have been going recently, I don't expect my health to improve. And that's really scary. It's very scary because if it's not improving, there's a good chance that it's permanent. And I've really been struggling to even enjoy artwork, which is like my one thing. It's my passion, like the one thing that I really care about and enjoy, other than like the people in my life who I love. It's artwork and drawing, and I have just not had any motivation at all to draw. And when I do draw, I physically can't for more than like an hour, maybe two on my good days recently, which makes commissions and stuff, which takes hours and hours and hours of work and going back and forth and everything, it makes it crawl to like a complete halt. Like I said, my turnaround has gone to like up to 2 months. I have commissions I'm still working on from October, and it's December. So not great. I also have people that insist on paying in advance, meaning that I'm going to be working for a while without getting paid at some point, and that sucks. I'm lucky enough to live with my family, and they don't make me pay rent or a lot of utilities, so I have pretty low expenses, but I still have a lot of expenses, so I can't just quit. That's the main thing. Like, I would love to just stop doing commissions altogether, to be honest. I'm really not even enjoying them anymore because of all these health problems, but I have to keep doing them because I need money to live, obviously. But it's very slow right now, and I just wanted to be very upfront with the people in my queue because I don't like leaving people in the dark, and I feel like it's been hard to communicate with everyone what's been going on, and I just want to be very upfront. Like, after my current commissions, I'm probably going to keep taking them until I get a job, but then after I get one, I'm done. And I don't know if I'll even draw much, to be honest. Like, I'm at the point right now with my health that if I decline any more, like even a little bit more, I literally don't think I'm going to be able to draw anymore. Like, even for fun. It's gotten that bad. And I don't like to catastrophize or like be dramatic, but like, we're at that point now. And I wasn't saying anything before because I didn't want to say anything and freak people out when it wasn't like at that point yet. But with how things have declined and like how hard it's been to just do even basic sketches recently, like, if it gets worse, which it very well could, very possible, I think I'd have to quit completely. I'd have to stop. I'd have to shut down my social media and just maybe doodle here and there if I'm able to, and not be like regularly posting anything. I'd just have to stop completely if it got worse. So I don't know. I just want to, I only mention that because it is a possibility, like something that could happen if my health continues to get worse. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. It's not super likely that it will. Declining like the way I've been declining recently is uncommon, and it seems to have leveled out into like just a worse level of average energy, but like still, bad, a lot worse, but it's even now. It's not perpetually getting worse. Like, I don't think I'm going to get to the point where I have to quit art unless I get another like big plummet, but right now it's leveled off. Like, I'm at a stable place. It's just a lot worse than I was before. Like, it's stable, but it's way worse. So I don't know. I am really worried about it. I haven't really talked about it much because, to be honest, it's fucking scary. Because if it's permanent, that means I have to live with it for the rest of my life. I'm going to be this tired for the rest of my life, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, it sucks. It's fucking depressing, and it's hard to manage emotionally, and I think I've really struggled with it. Like, there's been a lot of depression that's come with all of this health stuff recently, and that's made it a lot harder, obviously. When I do feel up to drawing, it's like I can't even be bothered. I try to force myself through it because I just have to do it. Like, I can't just not do it, but it's not fun. Like, it's just not fun anymore. Like, even doing sketches for fun, a lot of the time I'm doing it for social media, and it's not because I am genuinely enjoying it. Like, a lot of the time I'm drawing because other people want me to draw and because I have to, and not because I want to. And I think that, like, it's just not enjoyable. Like, my one thing that I did for enjoyment is now no longer enjoyable. So, like, my depression's been really rough, and this isn't a video about mental health, but that's obviously a part of it. It does contribute to like commissions slowing down and to art in general slowing down and to like me not doing more than sketches and stuff like that because I'm gonna like explode if I paint stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just it's a lot. And I know that this video is probably a hard listen, especially if you're like a fan of my work or a friend of mine. Like, I know it's not easy to hear, but I had to say it. I had to get it out there because it's just so, it's impacting my life in such a major way that it's impossible to like hide or ignore or like pretend that it's okay when it's obviously not even a little bit okay. So I needed to talk about it, and I hope that, you know, everyone is patient and kind about it because I know that sometimes people aren't. I haven't had that experience much, thankfully. Most of the people I work with are super, super nice and understanding about all of this. Like, you know, I'm not exactly secretive about having chronic problems, so like they know to expect a little bit of delays and stuff. And a lot of the people I've worked with have had much worse experiences with their commissions, where they've waited like over a year for a piece and stuff like that. But I still feel bad. I again, my turnaround used to be like 2 weeks, and so having to take like over a month is horrible for me. And especially like 2 months, like I feel really guilty making people wait that long for something that they pay for, and it's very stressful to manage that, and to manage like my social media and the clients and the friends and like my real life stuff I have to do. It's just a lot to do all at once, and I know that everyone's kind of in that fucking boat these days, but man, it's taken a toll on me, I think, and it's just making everything so much harder. So I don't know. I wanted to just tell people what's going on, to keep people in the loop, and I hope that you watch this whole video. I know it's like long and people don't have good attention spans or whatever, but it is important, especially if you're a client. And I thank you for listening to the whole thing. I'm wrapping up here. I'm like done. You can stop listening at this point, but thank you. And you know, I will keep everybody updated. If it does get better, like, obviously I'm going to tell everyone because that's big news. That's good. But as things are right now, it's going to be really slow. Please be patient. Like, I'm trying my best here. There's a lot of shit going on in my life right now. Stuff I'm not even going to talk about in this video. That's like personal stuff, not even health related, but just crazy, crazy shit going on, in every aspect of my life right now. So it's just a lot to, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I just wanted to put this out there because, you know, I've already said why like 5 times. I'm rambling, but thank you for your continued support, and, you know, it means the world to me. I'm not going to be like, please donate to me, please, because I feel bad, but if you absolutely want to show support, please like use my Ko-Fi or something instead of commissioning me, because I don't even know if I'm able to like really do commissions right now, and I don't want you to have to wait for like months and months to get a piece of art. If you'd like to support me, it would be a lot better to do it over direct donation, like Ko-Fi specifically. Patreon is also fine, but I don't really post anything on Patreon, so you won't be getting much in return. I'm just not really able to offer much in return right now. Like, I would love to do that in the future if things improve, but yeah, if you want to help that way, that's the best way to do it. Please don't add to my workload more than you already have if you just want to support me. If you actually just want a commission, that's fine. I'm still taking them. It's just gonna, you know, it's going to be several months on the wait list. Like, at this point, most likely you won't have anything until spring to summer of 2026. So please keep that in mind if you do want to commission me. But if you'd rather just directly support me, then Ko-Fi is better. So I have links to it, I believe, because I'm going to be posting this on YouTube because it's too long to post to Discord. There should be links to it in my link tree, which I believe is somewhere. My Ko-Fi is just Novatemi, like it's the same as all my socials, so you can find it that way. I also have Patreon, like I said, so there's that as well. It's also Novatemi. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And thank you all for your continued support and encouragement and kindness. It really does mean the world to me. Like, I've met some of the most amazing people through this job and my adventure through art and everything. Like, it's so amazing. And I'm really making stuff right now that I'm really proud of, and I've never really been there before. So it means the world to me. It really does. Like, that I've had the opportunity to even do like as much as I've done now. It's so much more than I ever expected. So thank you all so much for your support, and thank you for listening to this video. All right, bye bye.